Alright, so we are going to delve into how Fusion 360 works, and to do that you have to download it, and it's absolutely free for a hobbyist. So head on over, download Fusion 360 and come back, because I want to work through some sheet metal parts with you so that you can get a full understanding about how to design a part yourself. Alright, well, Fusion 360 is a super powerful program, and you don't have to know every little thing to make a part. So we're just going to focus on things that you're going to actually be able to do and have a real meaning behind it. So open up Fusion, get to this page here, and what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the sheet metal tab, which is this one here. This is where we're going to spend most of our time making parts for sheet metal. We do go into the other ones every now and then, but this is where most of the magic happens. So to start anything, what you need to do is you need to create a sketch. Now, a sketch is the basis of everything. This is probably the most used thing that you'll click. So we want to create a sketch. Now, it'll come up with 3 different planes, and these are also origins. This is the origin here. So what we want to do is we want to select one to draw on. Now, it doesn't matter at this point what one we select, so we're just going to click on the bottom one. Now, the part we're going to make is a very simple tab with a 12mm hole that you'll weld on to, a component that you're making. So we've already started the sketch, and now that's opened up a whole other lot of options here: lines, rectangles. If we click the drop down here, slots, text, curves, all sorts of stuff. What we want to do is we want to do a circle. Now, there's even different lots of circles here. So we're going to use the center diameter circle. It's the most common one. You do use the other ones every now and again, but center diameter circle is probably the easiest one. So we're going to click on that. Now, just to make this easy, we're going to start in the middle. Now, you'll notice that your cursor will snap to the center point, and we're just going to click and drag out. Now, see how all the different sizes will come in? We actually want to key in the size. So we want 12.5 so that your 12mm bolt will fit through it, and press enter. All right, so now we've got it. You'll see the center part here is shaded blue. If we wanted to, we could make that a solid object, but we want that to be a hole. So what do we want to do? We want to add another circle around it to kind of, that'll be the perimeter, almost like the outside of a washer and the inside of a washer. So we'll get a circle again, and we'll go 20mm. Now you can kind of see, is 20 going to be enough here, or do I want a bit more meat around it? So let's go 30. 30 looks good, so we'll click 30. All right, so now we've got our top part of the tab, as you could imagine. Now what we want to do is we want to make an equal base that comes down here and then joins up, and comes down here and joins up. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a line. So we're going to click the line, and we're going to click on the middle of the circle. Now you'll find that this will always want to snap to 90-degree angles to try and keep you vertical. So what we want to do is we want to make this 45mm down and press enter. Now, if you wanted to change this and I actually want 40, you can double click on it and just go 40. For this exercise, it doesn't really matter. Now, we want to make the little ears that come out the side, and we want to make these a little bit wider than the circle, just so that it's got a bit of side strength. So let's do 25mm that way, and let's click the line again and go 25mm that way. Okay, cool. Now, if you ever have this part and you want to get rid of it and you don't want to do another line that leads on, you just press escape on the keyboard. So escape, and then that's out. All right, so we've got that set up going, and now we want to join it all together. But I want to join these lines so it lines up perfectly with the edge of the circle, so it looks really nice. So start down here, and we'll come up, and you'll see how it's just an X in the middle of the cursor. X, 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 and then as you get almost perfect, boom, there it goes. Now that is tangent, which means the line is going exactly intersecting with the edge of the circle where it lines up. So that's where we want. Now we're going to do the same for the other one. See the X, slowly drag it up until it snaps. There we go. All right, so I don't want to do a line anymore. See how the cursor still has the little line icon? So we just want to get out of that tool, so we'll press escape. And now our sketch is complete. So we want to come over to here and we want to click finish sketch. Okay, so now we have a sketch. Now, at the moment, this doesn't really look like anything. So we want to make this an actual solid object now. So this tool is another one that you'll use commonly in your sheet metal designing, and this is Flange. Now this either makes a shape a solid or it will also add a bend, but right now all we want to do is make it a solid. So let's click Flange, and we'll then have to click what part you want to make solid. So we want to make this part solid, and this part solid. So as you can see, it's built up an actual 3D version of it, and we want to click OK. So there we go. Over here you've got your sheet metal rules. So at the moment I've got 5mm steel selected, which is what most people will do. If you wanted to change that, you can click switch rule, and then you come over here and you make a whole bunch of rules however you like. You do that from here. You do it previous. So it doesn't really matter for what most people are doing. It'd be good to just have a 2, 3, 5, 8, 10. That will get most people out of it. So what we want to do is we just want 5mm steel. Alright, so there you go. You've made your first part in Fusion 360. Now, we need to get it to a laser. Now what we want to do here, and this is something that's pretty cool with Fusion 360, and I mean it's not that exciting with a flat product now, but here you go, create flat pattern. Now I like to click that. You click the stationary face, so the face that you want facing upwards, for example, on the laser. Click OK, and there we go. We're into the flat pattern area, and this is as simple as it gets. You click export flat pattern as DXF. Don't select that. Click OK. Type in whatever you want to save it as. Job done. That goes straight to the laser. That will plug into 99.99% of lasers and work first go. So if you want to get out of the flat pattern, you go here. Now we're going to step this up and we're going to put a little return on this. So we want to click Flange again, and this will allow you to actually select edges. So we want to select the bottom, and let's drag it out 30 odd mil. Now on the side here, you've got your height datum, which is where it's measuring from, and you've got your bend position. So you can change this to outside and it will make it a bit longer. Adjacent, which is longer again, and tangent's not as long. Most of the time I just use inside outside, and it also doesn't really matter unless you're trying to fold like a C-section, for example, and you need the C-section to be a particular internal measurement. You can play around with that until you get it bang on. And what did I say? Let's make this 30 long. Alright, so we've made a tab now that has a 30mm return on it. And what we want to do is, let's flat pattern this part now. So whatever area you click, whether here or here, it won't really matter because it's going to flat pattern it anyway. So click on that. A flat pattern already exists because we did it. Yes, we do want to do that. And now you'll see it's made it into a flat pattern, and it has the bend lines in it. Now, if you come over here into your body, you can actually like turn the center line off or turn the extent lines off. When you do export this, it will export the lines. So that's a note to remember, that your bend lines will export with your DXF. And let's just go back out of here. Now let's just say we've got this and we wanted to add another bolt hole to this surface. So you click on the surface, make the surface you want to do a sketch on, because remember you've always got to create a sketch when you draw a circle or something, and you click create sketch. Now it's going to set us up. Up here is where you kind of rotate a part from, and down here is where you can click and orbit the part. Now for this example, we want to be bang on the face of it, and we want to do a circle. And if you hover over the center of this circle for sort of like 2 seconds, you'll see how it's brought down. You can't really see because it's on the green line, but it's brought down a line that kind of snaps to it to keep you in line. Now we want to do an 8mm hole. So 8. All right, so we've got our 8mm hole. It's just a sketch on the surface. So if you want to get that 8mm hole here to go through the material, you need to go back into here and click extrude. Now, extrude is E on the keyboard if you wanted to get fast at it. And you want to just click, you don't want to click the line, you want to click, see that center part, how it's selected. Now, I could actually bring this out if I wanted to. Not that I would because I'm doing a sheet metal part, but I want to go back the other way. Now, it's going to, at the moment over here, it says join. When I go back the other way, you watch, it'll change. Now it says cut because it's removing material. Now, I can make that go all the way over here. It's not going to do anything. So there you go. Press enter, and there's the other hole. So there's your first introduction to sheet metal parts in Fusion. If you were to send us that tab, you'd be able to cut it. No worries at all. Now, I'd just like to take a second to let you know about our sponsor for this episode. Now, LaserCorp does online laser cutting and it ships to your door. So any of these products that you're designing here in a sheet metal space, you could send to LaserCorp and they will cut it really quickly and ship it express back to you for your project. So there's no need for any of those grinders or any of that kind of stuff. You can have first class fabricated laser cut parts delivered to your door in a matter of no time and for great value. So check out lasercorp.com.au. All right, well that concludes the first episode of Fusion. Now I've got a whole bunch of different things, tabbing parts together, multi-parts, 3D scanning. If you nail this, this is the future. And it's only going to get better from here. So watch this video 2 or 3 times, do it 2 or 3 times, and you will start to learn the basics of Fusion because it is really easy to learn once you give it a crack. So give it a crack, come back and watch our other videos and you'll be impressed. Make sure that you subscribe for more updates.